Hello and welcome. Now, the 1970s, some people will tell you it was a decade of fuel crises, terrible music, and trousers that could double as a parachute, and they'd be right. But they'd also be missing the point, because it was also the decade that gave us some of the most spectacular, outlandish, and downright brilliant motor cars the world has ever seen. This wasn't just about getting from A to B, it was about making a statement, about noise, and about having a bit of a laugh. So, prepare yourselves because today we are embarking on a magnificent journey. A countdown of the 25 coolest cars from that glorious, velour-trimmed decade. These aren't just lumps of metal, they are icons, dripping with style, personality, and in some cases, a frankly alarming amount of chrome. They are the cars that defined an era, cars that still turn heads and quicken pulses today. They've left an indelible mark on automotive history, a legacy of power, ambition, and sometimes glorious failure. From thundering American muscle to sophisticated European grand tourers and even some plucky genius from Japan, we've got it all. So buckle up, because this is going to be a proper trip down memory lane, a celebration of the cars that made the 70s. Well, the 70s. It's going to be brilliant. A Japanese legend in the making, proving that reliability didn't have to be boring. Utterly brilliant. The understated choice of Japanese emperors and CEOs, it's silent, imposing, and magnificently over-engineered. A snarling, unapologetic brute, the Cuda wasn't just a car, it was a bright purple threat. So, this one right here is named after a cartoon character, and honestly, it even had a horn that went meep meep. Gloriously, brilliantly childish, if you ask me. It's longer than a moderately sized aircraft carrier, and honestly smoother than a diplomat's apology. Pure majesty, folks. The opera windows, the long bonnet, and yeah, just the sheer unadulterated size of it. This is peak American personal luxury, no doubt about it. Simply the most beautiful saloon car ever made. It had the pace and grace of a Jaguar. Even in its final Series 3 form, it was still breathtakingly pretty, an automotive Mona Lisa. The quintessential American muscle car, big engine, big stripes, and an even bigger attitude. Superb. Alright, so here's a convertible two-door go-anywhere truck. It was the perfect recipe for having some proper fun. The hooligan's choice, for sure. A lightweight, rear-wheel drive hero that taught a generation how to go sideways. Before it became a fashion accessory, the original Bronco was a tough, simple, mountain-conquering machine. So here's a tiny British coupe with a massive V8 engine shoehorned in. It was honestly completely mad and, well, just wonderful. The thinking man's sports car for sure. It's a pretty practical and perfectly balanced coupe for the discerning gentleman. The shark-nosed coupe, aggressive, elegant, and honestly one of the finest driving grand tourers ever built. The original M5, before it was ever called the M5, a discreet saloon with supercar slaying performance. Man, this thing was a real sleeper. The Mustang's more sophisticated, more luxurious cousin. It was the muscle car you could actually take home to mother. Yeah, it had that kind of charm. A wild winged warrior built for NASCAR. It was as subtle as a sledgehammer and honestly twice as effective. Built like a bank vault and designed to cross continents at immense speed and in total comfort. The R107. It was so impossibly cool and well built, they made it for nearly 20 years. That astonishing rear window. It was a piece of pure automotive theater, a design masterpiece. The Buick Electra was a vast, comfortable land yacht. Driving this was less about motoring and more about commanding a vessel. The undisputed king of personal luxury. It was enormous, flamboyant, and, honestly, had an engine the size of a small country. The entry-level Caddy, but still a Cadillac, all the presents, but with, just a touch of restraint. This isn't a car, it's a statement. The ultimate expression of wealth, luxury, and British craftsmanship. And there we have it, 25 of the coolest, most significant, and most magnificent cars from the decade that taste forgot, but brilliance remembered. From the absurdly large to the wonderfully nimble, what a collection. Of course, this is just my list, and I'm sure many of you are already shouting at the screen, "You monumental idiot! How could you possibly leave out the insert car here?" And you might be right. The 70s was a treasure trove of automotive greatness, and narrowing it down to just 25 is, frankly, an impossible task. So now, it's over to you. I want you to get down into the comments section and tell me what I got wrong. What's your number one car from the 1970s? What magnificent machine did I criminally overlook? Did the Plymouth Cuda deserve a higher spot? Is the Silver Shadow truly the king? I want to know all your thoughts, arguments, and passionate declarations. Let's have a proper debate about it, because that's what being a car enthusiast is all about. And while you're down there typing furiously, do be a good chap and hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so you don't miss our next automotive adventure. We have many more countdowns, reviews, and ridiculous challenges planned, and you won't want to miss a moment of it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night!